Three friends, one amazing series of YA novels, an insatiable thirst to relive the glory that is K.A. Applegate's literary masterpiece. This is Animorphs, the Dork-Bajir Chronicles.
Welcome to Live from the Gardens, a podcast about animals and how to be a convincing Animorph. This week we'll be talking about the tiger, as seen already in episode 12, and the peregrine falcon, as seen not at all, somehow. Those are two of the animals that we encountered in book 26, The Attack, the book we discussed last week on the Dork-Bajir Chronicles. My name is Tessa, the expert.
My name is Mikhail, the host.
And I'm Braden, the third in this sequence, no matter how much we change it up.
We're changing it up.
Terrible reading of the intro lines.
Because Mikhail has gotten cyborg eyes that are rejecting his blood. So he's currently going through like an anime situation. So I decided to look up some fun facts about aminals. And it's pretty good. We got the Siberian tiger, also known as the Amur tiger, and the peregrine falcon on lock today. First up, though, we've got a little bit of fan mail. Fan mail! Ooh, yeah! Fan mail! Ooh, yeah!
I did power through the pain and look through some fan mail stuff. The main one, and this is, I've been meaning to talk about this for a while, but my surgery kind of, because it was kind of a longer thing, but me and Kevin on Facebook were messaging back and forth about, he had made a comment about me and Braden's discussion about evolutionary biology in the Andalite Chronicles.
Book 2 or something of the Andalite Chronicles.
Where we were talking about how Andalites couldn't have evolved to be like apex animals on their planet because they didn't eat meat. He made a point which was basically like, you're both right, but it's like he said that while tool use is more important than the fact that we ate meat, the fact that we ate meat was a precursor to, I think that's what he's saying anyways, was that like if we didn't eat meat, we wouldn't have had tool use. Like,
I think he was saying it's a crucial part, but it's not necessarily how a species would have to do it to evolve.
He did make a point of saying like, there's no way we could have done it without eating meat in our particular case, but there's no way to say for sure that an animal couldn't do it without eating meat. It's just that in our case, we did use meat as an evolutionary step.
Maybe Andalite grass is like basically meat, and Axe just eats a bunch of ants as he runs around.
But he doesn't
he mentions
anyways,
the
whatever. We could get into
it, but I think that's just because he stepped on the shell.
And there are like fatty, there's fat in some plants. I mean, there could be fat in Andalite grass.
He just grinds a hoof into some like butter lettuce or something. All right, let's get into it. We're starting with the tiger. We've covered the tiger already back in episode 12. So I've tried to find like some different questions that we didn't already cover, and we're going to start with Braden. Braden, what do you call it when a whole bunch of tigers get together?
Oh no! Oh shit! Oh, I actually know the answer to this, so I can't make a joke. Okay, no, wait. Well, I know it's called a streak, but
do you know why?
Because of all the stripes, I guess. But when a group of I'm the dumb podcast host who doesn't know the answers. When a group of tigers gets together, it's called a Calvin ball.
That is a better name. No, it's actually called a streak because tigers only live to be 17 years old, and then when they're found in groups is usually when they're 16 or 17. So they're like high school seniors doing seniors day and just streaking through the forest.
I think Braden's a real idiot for not knowing the real answer to that.
I know. Braden, come on.
Lost all respect.
Is gone.
God, this is... I need to stop masturbating. That's the problem.
He's going blind.
I need to only eat meat and never masturbate again, like those awesome YouTube those awesome dudes on YouTube who are incredibly smart and ripped and fucking love fascism.
I thought you were going to say, like, the Andalites, and I got really concerned that you would know whether or not Andalites masturbate, but I really shouldn't be surprised. Of course you would know that. Mikhail! What is the third tiger name of the Amur tiger and Siberian tiger?
Like, what is the name that we call them?
There's a third secret tiger name.
Well, I do know the answer.
How do you guys know so many tiger facts? Oh my god.
I can't believe you asked me this because I can't say it on the pod. It's like, it's super racist. I mean, you can say it. I'm not going to say it.
It's the Ussuri tiger.
Holy fuck. Making a note to insert a bleep note there.
It's because they oos it. Brayden, tigers only climb trees. True or false?
Sorry, do you mean only climb trees as in...
They do nothing else.
They only climb the trees. True or false?
That's false.
Tigers, more precisely their cubs, climb trees until they are 2 years old. Haha.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What? That question was worded so poorly.
They're all worded poorly, and that is intentional to help be confusing. Mikhail, how do Amir tigers hunt? You probably know this one because you guys just know all the tiger facts, I guess.
Yeah. Well, first you got to set up like a bluff, right? But it's weird. You still have to wear orange, which actually they've got covered.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good at it.
as it is. Yeah, there's a whole like it depends. Do they have to hunt with scopes? No. Do they want to hunt with scopes? Yes. Do the richer ones hunt with scopes? Yes, of course they do.
The young ones want to no-scope it. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's really hot these days to no-scope.
The young ones, they're just flipping in circles with no scope and then like ripping throats out with their teeth while screaming 360 no scope.
Oh my, I mean, you're partially right. So they have two hunting methods. Stalking, usually in winter, and ambush by animal trails or by a pond in the summer.
Oh, but then what?
And then they just like belittle it with their biting wits until their prey commits suicide.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
tigers are dark, man.
But where do the scopes come in?
No, they 360 no scope it.
Okay. Well, just like screaming witty comebacks.
Brayden, what and when is the day of tiger?
The day of tiger is all days.
It is.
Any day that you look into your soul and you say to yourself, I'm gonna fucking eat a whole deer. That's the day of tiger. Anytime you look into the eyes of another man and say, you're way too fucking close to me. I'm gonna fucking kill you. That is the day of tiger. Anytime you are laying pipe on a woman and the spikes rip out of your cock and into her.
All right. It's weird that you call your spermazoid spikes. But
yeah, you lost one
in Russia,
last one, honestly.
Starting in 2000, every year the Day of Tiger is celebrated. Russia celebrates its Tiger Day on September 29th. So that just passed. Happy Tiger Day, y'all. Happy belated Tiger Day.
That's cool. It's not secretly like some weird homophobic bullshit, is it?
I didn't look too closely because I didn't want the illusion to be ruined if it was.
Oh fuck! Was Sagat from Street Fighter? Was he?
I
Russian?
don't know Street Fighter. For the tiger mating ritual, all of our fast and hard fans of Live from the Gardens, the many fans we have for Live from the Gardens, y'all can just listen to episode 12. I'm not going to go into it here.
No, I want to hear you say
I do have a fun fact that I just learned today. In Nepal, tigers and people have learned to use the exact same forest trails at different times of day to reduce the chances of fatal encounters. So,
what does that have to do with them?
Well,
fucking?
I mean, they just don't fuck around. How about that? It is interesting with the sex act, though. There are no orgasms, and that's part of why tigers are going extinct, is because they just don't procreate.
There's no orgasm?
What happens is like a hair of the tiger, because tigers like to swim, so like tiger fur, when it's left in a body of like still water, like a pond or something, it buds out into a tiny little tiger nymph. And from that nymph, it takes about 2 or 3 months until it buds and hatches into a tiger baby.
God's piss.
What does a tiger nymph look like?
It's kind of just like a weird little kitten that's just surrounded with a bunch of saran wrap.
Okay.
It's gross. Yeah.
Weird.
It's gross. Anyway, on to animal number 2, the peregrine falcon. I can't believe we haven't done this one before because Jake first morphed a peregrine falcon in like book 2. And it's been a bunch of books since then. Mikhail, you get to start. Mikhail.
Okay.
How do these birds go so dang fast? First, how fast do these dang birds go? And then how do they do it?
So they go instantaneous.
Nice.
And the answer is why? The answer is religion. Now stick with me. So, devout fans of Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Has anyone here read this?
Praise. I have.
Have you read this?
It's so good. Oh my god.
I don't know why I latched onto this so hard when I was a kid, but it's basically about a seagull who's like, I'm fucking sick of being a regular seagull. I want to fly as fast as seagull-y possible. And then he just does, and like trains as hard as possible, and then he like meets a whole other like crew of people, which I think the whole thing is like a Jesus metaphor. He goes to like
the second sky above the sky where only the fast birds go.
Yeah, and then they go so fast that they don't actually go; they just disappear and reappear.
It's amazing.
Anyway, so the answer is an allegory for God.
Okay, so that is a real book?
No, this is a real book. Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
Because Mikhail described it to me once. I just thought he was having like a fever dream.
I mean, he was.
No, it's a real book, but there's some kind of like message in it that I didn't understand as a kid, and I'm scared to go back and read it and find out it's like some kind of, parable about why you should not masturbate or some stupid shit like that.
And then at the end of the book, he uses his super speed to destroy the Twin Towers.
The author of Jonathan Livingston Seagull, if I'm remembering correctly, also wrote a book about ferrets who fly airplanes. It's pretty cute.
Cool. That guy sounds awesome.
The true facts is peregrine falcons have been clocked at reaching speeds of 242 miles an hour, which is 290 kilometers. When they're diving, they are the fastest recorded animal ever.
Kilometers in case you live in a country that cares
To allow them to reach such mind-blowing speeds, these birds boast aerodynamic torsos and specially pointed wings, as well as adapted cardiovascular and respiratory systems that allow them to beat their wings up to 4 times per second without fatiguing. Braden, do falcons have teeth? Specifically the peregrine falcon.
Falcons don't have teeth, but they collect them. Yeah.
I mean...
and their bones are actually teeth.
Oh, their bones are made of teeth. That makes sense.
Yep.
Bones are teeth.
Bones are teeth.
Books are art. Bones are teeth.
Books are art. Bones are teeth.
Did you know that unlike other birds that only use sharp talons on their feet to kill prey, falcons also have a sharp tooth at the end of their beak that they can use to quickly sever necks? Watch out.
I will. Wow.
So did you just go to like BuzzFeed?
No, it was worse than BuzzFeed. It was like facts for kids. I don't even remember the name of the website. It definitely wasn't Wikipedia, and it definitely wasn't sourced. Mikhail.
Oh, Jesus.
Human eyes are heavier than falcon eyes. True or false?
Heavier?
How heavy are the human eyeballs versus the falcon eyeballs?
But I mean, like, they're way bigger, so obviously
human
they're heavier,
eyes are heavier than falcon eyes, you say?
I feel like this is a trick question.
Which do you say?
One sec, let me tap into my memory palace. Just give me a second. Nope, falcon eyes are heavier.
Falcon eyes are heavier?
Falcon eyes, you know why?
I felt his mind castle from here.
They are larger. They can spot prey on the ground from a great height of 300 meters. I think Tobias wrote this fact because he could not stop himself from talking about how good those bird eyes are. But yeah, the falcon eye is bigger than the human eye, and the bird is much smaller than the human, so just think of how terrifying that is.
Oh, that explains, I read ahead a little bit, and in book 27, Tobias keeps on saying, I spy with my big fat one eye. That's what he was talking about.
That explains why when Tobias lands in the water that one time, he immediately drowns because his eyes are made out of fucking adamantium.
That's what they can see so far, is because adamantium is actually telescopic.
That explains that one time that Tobias landed on Rachel's shoulder and whispered in her ear, "Want to see my huge orbs?" And I was like, he can't be talking about his testicles. His eyes. His eyeballs are huge.
Brayden.
Mm-hmm.
What's another name for a bird boy?
A bird boy. Well, a bird man, of course.
No, they don't live to be 25. They are all bird boys.
Another name for a bird boy is
Evan.
A YA bird.
Oh. It's actually a tiercel. The male peregrine is called a tiercel because it is a tierce, 1/3 smaller in size than the female.
What?
I know.
What? Tiercel?
Tiercel.
That's not even English.
Nope, it's the bird language.
Yeah. Well, here, Tessa, what's another name for elephant? Just give me another name for elephant.
Great big green friend. They're not.
No, it's Flashnunu. It's Somalian for elephant. Fuck off.
Hey, Mikhail. What's another name for a condor?
No idea. That's the only
long
word I know
neck
for condor.
fucker.
They fuck long necks? They fuck long necks, or they have long necks?
Yeah, they fuck a lot of long necks, them condors.
Oh my god.
That's what the locals call them. They especially the ones with long necks.
This is a fact I found. The male peregrine is called a tiercel because it is a tierce smaller in size than the female.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Okay, but Mikhail.
Trivia.
Mikhail.
What's up?
What's another name for the whole falcon, though?
It's actually just falcon is just short for falconsaurus.
You're right.
Birds are dinosaurs.
Books are art. Well, I can't keep track of all our sayings. Books are
art. Dinosaurs are science.
Dinosaurs are...
I mean, he's not wrong. And also, the peregrine falcon was known historically in North America as the duck hawk.
No way.
Yep. That's lame. It's because actually, you know what? When I did hawk research, way back, I seem to remember every single raptor was named after the thing it ate.
That makes sense.
There was duck hawk, fish hawk, goose hawk. There's all.
Mike hawk.
I think there still is a goose hawk. Did you say Mike hawk?
Mike hawk. There was that hawk that eats mics. Mike
I get
hawk.
it.
For
It's
the
a
mating
cocktail.
ritual, I ain't no dirty bird. I'm not watching the videos.
A cock
Wow,
hawk.
Tessa. Once again, your morality gets in the way of quality podcasting.
Nobody wants to listen to us talk about falcon sex. They want to listen to us talk about falcon punch.
The only people who listen to this pod, we have a veritable contingency of listeners who don't listen to this podcast, who listen to the mainline one. The only people we are getting... If you're listening to this right now, you're a sex pervert who wants to listen to us graphically describe penetrative animal sex. And we love you for it, you sick little fuck.
If I were to guess...
Get over here.
For
Okay,
the sex
Brandon.
act...
Get the fuck over here so I can kiss you on your goddamn
Oh my
forehead.
God. If I were to guess for the sex act, the nerds probably hold claws and such, because that's the way the birds do, if you're a big bird.
Uh-huh.
But for our hypothetical question of the week...
No. Braden and I get guesses, too. What the hell?
Oh, for the sex act? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
yeah,
Round
what's your
robin.
guess, Braden?
Well, cloacas. Apart from that, I imagine I have heard that hawks mate while in flight. So they just ram into each other in the air and just keep on pumping until they come or they die.
I've not heard that before. That seems interesting.
I heard it it was a classical movie. It was a bit of it was sort of a dramedy about these guys, these former criminals who are put in charge of two delinquents' futures, and they have to, through sword and wit, help them become men. That movie was called Role Models.
Oh, there you go.
Starring Paul Rudd and the guy who never made it anywhere after American Pie.
Sean William Scott.
Yeah, the one whose mom got fucked.
Yeah, was it? Anyways, whatever. My guess is that I know that they have to wait until autumn.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the
'Cause,
romantic season.
Well, they do that big thing, all the hawks come to whatever seaside cliff or something like that, and they call I think they call the, if I remember right, they call the gathering, it's all a convention is the name of it, I think. Anyways, they have to basically do displays and
Mikhail,
stuff like that.
It's a convention or is it a falconvention?
So I'm gonna cut that out because you just stepped all the fuck over my punchline.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Who put you in charge of this shit?
Next time, don't get the bad guys to scrape your eyeballs.
Anyways, I guess fuck you, audience, because that was good. You're gonna enjoy the shit out of my punchline.
Sorry.
But
I thought you were going into a Braden story, and there would be like 5 more minutes after my interruption. Okay, I know I interrupt a lot, but to be fair, we all interrupt each other a bunch, except for maybe Mikhail, because he's too scared.
That's because I understand the value of a good punchline, my dude. Okay. They all meet at the fall con. God damn it, Tessa. Even that delivery was like, felt a bit juicier than you really
Oh, that's why it was in the fall.
Yes, that's why I didn't say fall. I said autumn.
Dumb joke. Okay, are we good for the hypothetical question of the week? Hypothetical question of the week. Which animal would be the better star of a teen coming-of-age movie? It's the summer before college, so what major would your animal of choice go into? And why would they be a better star? What's the wow factor between the Amur tiger?
I actually thought you meant a real animal in a live-action film, but everyone else was a human. I thought that's what you were talking
I think that
about.
counts. That'd be great.
It could be either like Air Bud, or it could be like Dr. Dolittle where the animal talks, or it could be Zootopia and it's animated and everyone's an animal.
Or is it like Goof Troop where everyone's like maybe an animal, but it's barely recognizable?
No, I think it would have to be one of those 3. Yeah. Goof Troop wouldn't work because you can't have like maybe animals alongside regular animals. This isn't like Ice Age. Come on.
The only thing I remember from that movie was the guy spraying the spray cheese in his hand and saying, "Look, it's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa."
What about like the amazing songs?
If that guy wasn't played by Pauly Shore, he should have been played by Pauly Shore. It's the Leaning Tower of Cheese.
I basically modeled my childhood after that guy.
Okay, star of a coming-of-age movie.
Would be?
I'll go first. I think the star should be the tiger, because we are well overdue for a very dark and gritty teen drama. People get murdered.
like the teen drama movie
The main
type?
character is like a red-headed beefcake who used to be this cute little sort of stripey thing who like the girl next door and like some sort of like smarmy but like well-meaning rich girl was into him. But no, people don't like that anymore. What we need is just the most ripped, buff redhead just beating up dudes with broken legs and doing crimes for their girlfriends' dads. That's what puts butts in seats.
You want like Breaking Bad, but with a
The
tiger,
most important
basically?
question, Braden, that you have not answered. Which of the 3 worlds is it? Is it Air Bud?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Dr. Dolittle? Or is it Zootopia?
It's a combo Zootopia Air Bud situation where
what? Those are the two complete opposites.
No. Where the tiger is like a sentient being, like going around like, oh hey guys, how's it going? And everyone else is human and is like, ooh, tiger's looking fuckable.
No, okay, dude, that's the Dr. Dolittle situation. Okay, Air Bud is there's an animal who can't talk. Dr. Dolittle is there's an animal who can talk. Zootopia, everyone's an animal who talks.
Okay, that doesn't count because Dr. Dolittle, all the animals don't talk. There's just one guy who understands their language.
That's the only movie I could like pick that has an animal that talks to a person that's not animated.
But they can only talk to one person.
Yeah, but in like this, so then you can choose in this world if they only talk to one human or they talk to all of them.
You mean Bee Movie, where all bees can talk to humans, but they just choose not to?
Yeah, but I like Dr. Dolittle because it was live action, whereas Zootopia was the only one that was animated.
Okay, that's
it's
fair.
more fun to have a real tiger on the set.
Yeah, much.
I might take this question to a more serious podcast, but was Air Bud sentient?
I mean, Air Bud was, I think he was just a regular dog, but that's the idea.
His puppies were sentient.
We don't have to, the animal doesn't have to be sentient.
I would think he does because he has like going to college.
Maybe he's just a real smart kid. It's the summer before college. Maybe accidentally, whoopsie, Timmy accidentally enrolled his pet peregrine falcon into college with him, pretending that they're twins, And
there's no rule saying a golden retriever can't play college ball.
Exactly.
There's no rule saying a peregrine falcon can't ace a statistics
they
class.
want the peregrine falcon to be on the football team, and so they enroll him to be a student.
I think I would do like we'd follow a peregrine falcon, but it'd be like a Zootopia thing where all the animals are real, and that like he's the only, basically the plot of Zootopia, but instead of being a police officer,
is a college kid.
You're a
well,
college
and he's
student.
like probably trying to go fast, like to be like the other peregrine falcons, but he's not good at going fast yet.
And all his friends are like, I don't know, heads like
And
Sonic
then like
fans.
at the end of the movie, he finds out that sometimes it's okay to like stop and smell the roses and not go too fast.
Yeah, like his girlfriend, the first girl he meets and goes on one date, he's like, "You want to get married?" And she's like, "Whoa, slow it down." He's like,
I literally can't. And she's like a sloth, and they fall in love.
I'm 16 years old and I'm dying tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm never gonna make it to the fall con. Please have sex with me.
He like writes his exam in 30 seconds, and it's all totally wrong.
So
Every
wrong.
answer is wrong. The teacher's like, "Do you want to take some more time?" He's like, "I cannot."
Have time. Oh yeah, because then it's also like modern. So the edge, instead of he's got like anxiety and he's trying to deal with that. He's like going really fast, and it's just like. Ah! So he has like a professor, or not a professor, but like his therapist is like the older professor type, like like a Robin Williams type, and it's not your fault. And
It's not your fault.
I just watched that
I've
recently.
never actually seen it.
It's pretty good. It holds
Yeah,
up,
and it's
I
like
think.
one of those really modern like teen drama movies where like the therapist says triggered like way too much. Like it's really respectful because they obviously like they heard it on the writers heard it on the internet and like, we've got to make people take this seriously again. But then just like they make the characters say it too much and people are like, why are they saying triggered this
And just
much?
like it feels really inauthentic. Like, how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Have any problems with being triggered by anything?
here's our third pitch. It's a teen coming of age movie, but it's a teen coming of age movie. Like
Lord.
super bad.
Yeah.
I don't think they pitched that when they were doing Superbad. Judd Apatow's like, okay, it's like a coming of age movie, but it's coming.
You want to see Jonah Hill and Michael Cera lay pipe? Eh?
We've got the Amir Tiger. He's our protagonist. Last day of school, going into the summer. He really wants to get laid before college. It's like been built up to be a thing with him and his like friends. This is the Dr. Dolittle situation where it's live action tiger. Everyone else is a human. I guess Stuart Little is a more believable situation where he's like just walking around being a tiger, but everyone can talk to him. The thing is this guy, I mean, he was raised in a kind of religious atmosphere, and this was like his first year. He's like trying to break out of the mold and like explore his growing, changing body, and he realizes dude's got spikes. So he and his friends have to come up with a scheme that he can fuck a human woman and not spike her out.
Oh my god. Jesus. What kind of fucking plot? Because that implies that he tries multiple times and fails to not spike.
All right, so that's what I got for Live from the Gardens. How good was it? Wasn't it great?
Brayden, I want to hear your rating before I deliver my hammer blow.
My rating?
Yeah.
My rating of what again?
The Tessa special, Live from the Gardens.
Okay, so on a Ebert scale, I would give this a solid 2 out of 4, my friend.
2 out
That's a
of 4.
pass. That's a pass.
Yeah, you came ready to play. You came with a fire in your heart. I feel like some of the balls got dropped at some key intersections, but in the end, you got the hoop. You got the hoop in. You shot your shot, and it went in the net. And that's sometimes the ball doesn't have to be fancy. Sometimes you just gotta win.
All right, that was more generous than I thought it was going to be. Here's my ratings. Research, 1 out of 10. Come on. You got the conversions wrong. The kilometers.
I literally just copy pasted. This is not my fault.
Here's a second category is ear feel. And that was pretty good. 8 out of 10. I would say ear feel 8 out of 10.
Thank you.
Information delivery 5 out of 10.
Aw.
And
Okay.
Last category, just for shits and giggles, silliness. 8 out of 10 also. Pretty good.
I was
Overall,
hoping for
pretty
a
good.
10 out of 10.
Oh my god, I haven't even done a 10 out of 10 episode yet of Fly
But
from the
I
Gardens.
called these tigers the most amusing.
Yeah, that's actually what lost you quite a few points, actually.
Oh, I'm nuts. I should have known.
That was a big ear feel drop for me. Anyways.
So next week, we will be talking about Alternomorphs number 2, The Next Passage. Last week, we thought we were going to be talking about book 27 and totally fucked up and forgot that we got another Alternomorphs to do. A choose your own adventure. Pobity's Nerfect. Brayden, you want to hit us with some predictions for Alternomorphs number 2?
You guys really aren't making it easy on me here. I'm all I'm looking at is just a bunch of tiny little Animorph symbols, like the little A's, forming the face of a hawk. You have been chosen. You are the 6th Animorph. Are you ready?
Can we just talk quickly about how Tobias in the top above the whole Animorphs title is just a man? He's a hawk posing like a dude at the DMV. Just like, ah.
That is pretty nasty.
It's just like
nasty.
the size is so fucking far off from anything real. Yeah.
And Marco's little face is so weird.
Well, you remember the last Alternomorphs breakdown
Yeah.
where it was literally just like, hey, what if we rewrote history and you were there from the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, I liked that format. I can't see why they would do anything else. So So I think that they are not necessarily going to go back to the same continuity as that and like mention the past, but they'll just do the same thing where there will be Animorphs adventures that have happened and we will be insinuated into them. I'm curious to see what happens with what they want us to do for the David saga.
Oh, yeah. Maybe there'll be 8 Animorphs for a bit.
Yeah, I guess.
We just don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be stupid. I'm pretty sure it's like fucking
Yeah, I
stupid
mean,
as
you
hell.
hated the last one,
Yeah,
so
I
you're
did.
not gonna. You're not gonna like this one.
In that case, if David also joined us, then there would be 7 Animorphs. So the books have made a very big deal of making the point Axe is a representative of a separate sovereign nation.
No, that's not the books. That's the editors on the backside of the books. That's not what the authors think.
I don't care. The authors are dead.
The author's dead. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, the week after that, we'll be talking about the animals from that Alternomorphs book.
Yay! And there is a lot of animals, actually. I'm pretty sure in that
There
one.
is a lot of
Yeah.
animals. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
You can find more of our stuff on our podcast page at collectedlegacy.org or on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. I did print quite a few Animorph quotes in big letters on the dark side of the moon. So any lucky listeners who have a chance to get out there, go for it, I guess.
I'm wiggling my eyebrows quite a bit.
Wait, what did you do? Put them on the dark side of the moon?
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, baby.
Brayden, what should people do?
Well, I think...
Just in general, like, be good to your neighbor, that kind of shit.
Yeah, no, none of that bullshit.
Pay your
That's,
taxes.
No, don't pay your taxes. Don't be good to your neighbor. Kill your neighbor. Eat your neighbor. Go to the nearest government building and fight the highest representative there, the mayor, the senator, the MP, the prime goddamn minister, or the president if you're close enough. And when you kill them, eat their heart, and then you'll be the president or prime minister.
Yeah, just walk in and declare, I demand trial by combat.
Yes. I demand trial by combat for the presidency. And then Trump whips out his batleth and is like, oh, Q told me you would come.
Oh my god.
And then he subscribed to Animorphs on iTunes.
Yes, on iTunes, on Spotify, or you can find us at our parent site, collectivelegacy.org, as well as anywhere else fine podcasts are distributed.
You can show your support for our show at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Dork-Bajir. That's DORKBAJIR.
Because we offer some goddamn special-ass bonuses for patrons, like access to our Discord server, where we constantly talk about my sex life, Animorphs essays written by us, where I constantly talk about my sex life, and much more shit related to my sex life.
It's basically all sex life. It's like Live from the Gardens, the Braden episode, all the time.
I sound angry, but, like, I'm just intense. I love fucking telling you guys about my sex life.
One of the perks of becoming a patron is we will give you a little shout out at the end of the episode where we say your patron name and then we'll give you an Animorph book title. So get ready. We're going to hit you with that right now.
Shout out to our Andrew Vila, the Aviator. He was our guest on the episode last week.
We'd like to give a big thank you to Steam Driven, the Train.
Anyanka, the White.
Shanna, the Golem.
Greg Della Posta, the Nail.
Spencer, the Aerodynamic.
Nice.
Nice.
For the Animorphs, my name is Tessa, the Expert.
My name is Mikhail, the host.
And I'm Braden, the formerly polyamorous sex hound.
And this has been Live from the Gardens, a podcast about animals and how to be a convincing Animorph.
Hello everyone, my name is Jared, and this is Two Nerds in a Basement. Once a week, me and another nerd watch one of the over 70 movies put out by Marvel or DC Comics over the last 50 years and talk about them for far too long.
Can we just take a moment to address the fact that Howard the Duck looks like Martin Sheen?
You just want a Jimmy Olsen torture scene, right?
Something. Don't just shoot him in the head. Like, string him up by his toenails and just go to town on him.
He's just got this scratchy voice. It's so annoying.
What's our solution to nuclear warfare, 10-year-olds?
It's like, I want to be a witch. I want to explore the black magics, and you get the aesthetic of your dreams, right?
I went straight to the boob grabbing. Hang on. Let me get there.
Brought to you by
Collective Legacy,
a podcast network.